Hello, Jaime back from Inky&Scrappy with an Otter space card, and actually like 6 of them I think was my total at the end here. I will share the rest of them with you at the end and maybe try to explain a couple of things, but for the most part, you know, I'm using the Otter space stamp set from Ink Road Stamps. Laura's switched up how she is doing her stamp drops. Sign up for the emails if you're ever interested in, you know, some of the snarkier stuff. They go pretty fast. We'll just put it that way. So you kind of have to set an alarm and be on time. It's, you know, I've been lucky to get them, but you know, it's most of them. I haven't gotten all of them, which is okay. Anyways, so if you're interested in that, go for it. Otherwise, there's plenty of different Otter stamp sets out there, and or space ones, so this one won't necessarily have to be Otters. So to start this one, I am using Distress Watercolor cardstock. It's already pre-cut to that A2 card size front, which was why I grabbed it, because I was being lazy. I also needed a card for the Just for Giggles hop over on Instagram. So I've been doing that one for almost a year, maybe. I don't know. I couldn't tell you for sure. I know it's been a while, and I want to say it's close to a year, if not over a year. Time flies when you're having fun. Anyways, I did stamp that one with VersaFine Onyx Black Ink, and then I put clear embossing powder over the top and heat set that one. I will be bringing in that heat gun multiple times today. It's gonna use this. I have the blow dryer tool, but it's not currently hooked up, and so therefore I just grab what's fast. Yeah, I did stamp and cut a mask of my Otter before I did my other one. So for this one, I decided to bring in some Brutus Monroe Aqua Pigments. I have a bunch of them. They've been sitting in the drawer for quite a while, and I felt it was time to play with them again. So I kind of just swooshed dropperfuls onto my piece of paper here, and then I sprayed it with water generously. Maybe I should have added water beforehand. I did do it later on, where I added some water beforehand and just did drops and blobs, and you'll see the end results there. This was probably my favorite of all of the backgrounds I did, though, to be totally honest. So, you know, I liked this method the best, I think. I think it gave me a little bit more control as to where the flow went, and it kind of gave me that galaxy vibe to it. Now, what you can't see on camera here is there were some of those aqua pigments are metallic aqua pigments, so they have like that iridescent mica shimmer and shine to them. I will say my paper gets extremely warped. I mean, you know, like my mind, it happens. So for the most part, I just kind of either set them underneath something heavy for a while. I'll show you my other trick to kind of getting them to lay flat, but because I did some heat embossing over the top as well, some of my finished results got very, I don't know, very wavy, and I couldn't just flatten them per se. I did get them to stick to the card base, and I just went with it. You know, it is what it is. So I just kind of brought in that heat gun to kind of help dry it in between the layers there. I didn't really want to work wet on wet. I wanted to add in colors on top, and I didn't want my other colors to be as active. I mean, it's still watercolor, so it still activates them, but maybe not as bad. I do have some Chroma Mist from Brutus Monroe. I don't know if I like it or not. It's there, so I used it. It's white. I would say white you know, like acrylic paint watered down works just as well. Or my favorite is P.H. Martin's Bleed Through White, I think that's what it's called. I didn't grab that today. I just used the other one. I'm trying to use up some of my stuff that's, you know, forgotten. And I also brought in some Windsor & Newton iridescent watercolor mediums, added that to my little mini splat box here. I kind of added in just the iridescence making sure to add the iridescence onto the little planets and or bigger dots that were in my image. I do end up bringing in some Loft. I think it's Artist Loft from Michaels. They have an iridescent glitter acrylic medium that you can add in, and it is got the most gorgeous glitter, shimmer, and shine. So I did add that as well. And so once this was all dry and done, I peeled off my mask. It did bleed underneath a little bit, but I was okay with that. I mean, for the most part, I'm using a brown. It's going to cover it up anyways, but it just kind of adds another layer of fun kind of to my otter, because obviously if he's in space, he's going to, you know, have some of that color reflecting off of his fur. So I wasn't sad about that at all. I did bring in the paintbrush and just added a little bit of color around his astronaut helmet, globe, whatever you want to call that thing. So my card front is basically done. It's just a little bit warped. It actually wasn't too bad. This one was probably one of the least warped ones from my finished ones, at least that made it onto a card front. So I'm going to add in some score style tape. I use the 2-inch stuff. It works really well for that full A2 size front because you can put 2 pieces side by side and you don't have to, you know, it's not hanging over and you don't have to cut it off. It works well. So I'm just trying to show you a little bit more of that shimmer and shine. Yes, it's very shimmery and very shiny and it's amazing. I am adjusting my card front here since when I had them cut professionally for me, they did just as well of a job as I did. Yeah, they were off a little bit. No comment. So I just kind of trimmed that one off, and then I'm going to add a little bit of interest in the bottom corner. I've been enjoying decorating the inside of my cards lately. It's either I do it or I don't do anything, and so I've been trying to push myself to do it. Now, some of my card insides could definitely just be a card front. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not one for white space and simple on the front of a card, but most of my insides have a lot of that white space on the inside. So if white space is more your thing, that's kind of it. Yes, I forgot to push record once I found my sentiment. The inside says, let your weirdo light shine bright so other weirdos can find you. Because obviously if you're in Otter space, you might be a little weird. Anyways, I'm going to bring in some liquid glue to kind of add on top of my score style tape. Yes, I lost my full glue bottle that I was currently working with. The other one was empty. Go figure. So I just add a little bit of glue into the parts that I have exposed and then the edges a little bit. This allows me a little teeny tiny bit of wiggle room with that first line, and then I can pull the rest of this one off as I line it up. Yes, I was on Crafty Chat. Hello, Amy and Eleanor. Yes, they distracted me enough that I didn't get my card front on straight, but I didn't tell them that. I just went with it. It is what it is. I trimmed off the little white piece later on, and you know, you can't really tell. So there's my finished card for today. And then, of course, the inside, and then the rest of them. So I did a lot of different, you know, just coloring. I added drops, added a little bit of water, did a lot of splatter, and kind of just played with the Otter Chaos stamp set for the most part. I did pull in a couple of other sentiments from some of the other cards. I think I'm missing pictures of the one, which is odd, but that's fine. So the truth is out there. This is probably one of my favorites. You are utterly bonkers. I don't remember where the Truth is Out There set came from. If you really want to know, I can look. I'm sure I can find it. It's from Ink Road. That's all I know. Anyways, and then of course my last one here. There is another one. It didn't get photographed. My bad. It will be up on my Instagram today with the Just for Giggles. Hop over on Instagram. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Keep getting inky. Bye.